My husband is spoiling the spicy scenes in my romance books by acting them out before I get to them. I am not the oop. Oop is you embarrassed friend 8. My husband is spoiling the spicy scenes in my romance books by acting them out before I get to them. Originally posted to R2Takes. Thanks to you Queen Legola's you Soherder for suggesting this Boru original post, March 28, 2000. 26. I female 32 read a lot of romance novels, like 4 to 5 a month, not the super smutty stuff, more the Emily Henry type books with the illustrated cartoon covers, enemies to lovers tropes, that kind of thing. About 2 months ago my husband of 11 years male 38 started acting a little different in the bedroom. Not bad different, just occasionally there's this vibe like he has something planned. We will have what he can only describe as a themed night, and he will think okay, that was fun and a little random, and move on. Then a few days later I will be reading my book, hit a spicy scene, and actually have to put my Kindle down. BC. It is the same scene. Like the same vibe, the same moves, occasionally almost the same setup. It has already happened 4 times now. 4. I finally said something to my sister and she immediately started crying laughing, which was not helpful. She thinks he's reading ahead in my books, and essentially performing the scenes on with me before I get there, as some kind of prank. But here's what I cannot figure out. I read on my Kindle. He would have to get into my account, figure out where I am in each book, read ahead, and then coordinate. He's a big tech numbers guy, so if he's doing this I guarantee there's a spreadsheet involved somewhere. I am honestly not even mad. Genuinely, if this is what's happening, it might be the most unhinged romantic gesture anyone has ever done for me. But he is technically spoiling the books. How do I tell him to stop spoiling the plot, without accidentally telling him to stop being the most high-effort partner I have ever had? Relevant comments. Wirehole lol. That's so sweet. That's like living the dream, for him to be involved in your hobbies and what books you read. Maybe let him know gently, but he's a good egg in this current age. Oop, he really is. 11 years, and he's still out here finding new ways to be surprising. I genuinely do not deserve him, and also he is ruining my books. Either document 7397, your husband is living in 3D23, while the rest of us are still figuring out how to remember anniversaries. The spreadsheet thing has me absolutely dead. This man is out here project managing your romance novels like it is a quarterly business review. Maybe just ask him to mix in some original content between the book recreations so you get some surprises. Oop, the quarterly business review part got me. Would not be surprised if there's a tab for Q1 KPIs and I am a line item. 3,023 is right though. Meanwhile, I am just out here trying to read my books. Update March 30, 2026. 2 days later, I want to start by saying thank you for all the comments. I read them all, and want to clarify that I absolutely love my husband and am floored by his efforts on this. With that being said, I decided not to talk to him about it yet, and to mess with him back instead. What I did instead was rush to finish my current book faster than usual, left my Kindle open to an earlier chapter I would already read in case he went to check where I was up to, and then made the spicy scene from that book happen last night. Initiated it and went all in. Oscar-worthy performance honestly. If there's a spreadsheet tracking all of this and IDEF, believe there is, it is about to get a very confusing entry. We'll update when one of us cracks. Final update, April 2, 2026, 3 days later. If you read my original post, or my last update, you'll know that my husband has been acting out the spicy scenes with me, from whatever romance novel I was reading before I even read them. A few days ago, I set a trap for him. I read ahead, and initiated a specific spicy scene with him from my current read before he could get to it. Nothing happened the next day, which I thought was weird, so I decided to escalate, This time the bait was that I started to read It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. If you read it, you might understand why I chose that book. While we read adventurous, there are certain things we don't usually do. A couple of days ago we were eating lunch, we were both working from home, and he said, fully serious, if you really want to, you can. When I asked him what the hell he was talking about, he finally broke, turns out you all were right. He had access to my shared Kindle library and got this idea for a prank, but once he did it a few times, he really got invested. He.s. going to stop spoiling my books, but we did come up with another arrangement, also thanks to the comments here. I am going to give him a list of pre-approved spicy scenes, and he'll choose in no specific order which he wants to surprise me with. Yes, there was a spreadsheet, chili pepper emojis for spice levels, a column for notes needs wine, links to Spotify playlists, etc. Color coding, multiple tabs, more organization than even I was expecting. It will be ongoing and is now shared, so I can drop in my own chili peppers and notes. After all of this, I showed him my original post and the update. We listened to 2 hot takes together every week, so he knew exactly what he was looking